Today, let's talk about FHA loans. These are a great opportunity for first-time buyers and even for buyers who are not first-time buyers, but who qualify under the FHA guidelines. You don't necessarily have to be a first-time buyer to get an FHA loan. More on that later. But one of the great things about FHA loans is that for many people, it allows them to buy a home with as little as 3.5% down. So that struggle of saving to get a down payment is virtually eliminated. It makes it so much easier to get your foot in the door. And they are really ideal for people that are starting out. Plus, there are different perks as far as what sort of interest rate you're going to get based on your credit score and requirements. So those are things a lender can 100% go over with you. But one thing I do want to let you know is that FHA loans will not work for every property. And that is a misconception that I think a lot of people don't realize. I often have clients ask about homes and they want to use an FHA loan program, and they come to find out that the property won't qualify. So here's a few things that I've learned that I think are really useful for buyers to know about. First of all, houses that need a ton of work may not qualify for FHA due to the condition. Now, there is a caveat. There are some FHA loans that do allow you to renovate the property. And then in that way, you could use the loan, but there are extra requirements that have to be met. So you definitely want to talk to your lender to see if that's an option. And because of all of the issues that you have to go through to make this a reality, it may not be the most appealing result for a seller. They might not accept it. So that's an option, but it's something that a lot of buyers don't realize. They think they can just get the loan and the seller will take it. And the fact of the matter is the sellers have the right to refuse an offer if they're not comfortable with the financing. Another thing is that condos and townhomes, they do not all qualify for FHA loans either. The complex has to be FHA approved in order to work for this type of loan. And now, back in the day, the whole complex needed to be approved, and there are certain requirements that the unit and the HOA need to meet in order for it to work for an FHA loan. Now, things have changed a little bit more recently where you don't necessarily need the whole association to be approved, but you still have to go through an approval process. The unit itself has to have a spot approval, and this could take time, which may mean that the seller will not consider your offer because time is money and time is of the essence. So if you're an FHA buyer, just realize you may not be able to get every property out there as easily as you would like to. But at the end of the day, FHA loans are an awesome opportunity to get your foot in the door. I've had clients that have used FHA loans to really scale their way up as far as what they can afford. And by using that as a stepping stone, by just putting 3.5% down, once they resell in a few years, once their value has gone up, their equity is exponentially increased, allowing them to have a much larger down payment moving forward, which increases their affordability. So FHA loans, there are a lot of things to know about them. You should definitely explore them with your lender to see if it's a possibility, but just a heads up, they do not work for all properties. So you definitely want to communicate with your agent to find out whether or not you can utilize an FHA loan or not. So if you have any questions about FHA loans and if it's something you should consider and how it could work for you, please comment and let me know. I'm happy to help. And please like, subscribe, and comment for more real estate issues like this.